Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Long Rest. I'm Logan,
And I am Brandon.
and today we're going to be doing a ranking and tier list for all 12 official classes for the 2024 Dungeons and Dragons Handbook. Starting off,
A little special episode here.
yeah, starting off, we're going to go with the Barbarian. So, for the Barbarian, Brandon, what is your ranking in terms of tiers for this class?
My consensus here.
Mhm.
I think the Barbarian is A tier.
A tier?
I do. I think the Barbarian takes Fighter and Paladin and then says, I'm going to upgrade both of you together. The duality of being able to just control the battlefield, what it can do from its attacking standpoints. There's just so many options that turn your Barbarian into a monster.
Yes.
He controls it. Not only do you have the best HP, you got the different things you can do with your attacks, basically making you a battle master fighter, and then adding those effects on top, kind of giving you like what it feels like, almost like smite on times. It just feels like it's so much better.
Yeah.
You know?
Honestly, you hit it nail on the head. Those are my exact same points.
Really?
And my exact same tier. It's an A tier. The only, I was really hesitant to not put it into S tier because I love it once you get to level 9.
Yeah. So
That's my problem, is you have to get to level 9, and that's when those battlefield control
Yes.
mechanics really
Yes.
kick in. And then that's when the Barbarian becomes crazy powerful compared to what it used to be and compared to the other classes.
I agree.
So it's a bit of investment, but once you get to level 9, it goes absolutely crazy, and I love it. If you got some of those abilities probably earlier on, I would definitely put it into S tier, but considering you got to invest in the class, I mean, you're a Barbarian, you're going to make it to level 9, but until then, we're A tier. So,
And I agree. I do like the fact that it feels, compared to most classes in the 2024 rank, it has features.
yes.
As we've kind of felt, some of them are, in my opinion, are lackluster.
Yeah.
Um,
And most importantly for me, the reason why I think the Barbarian is so good this time around is truly because the flexibility you gain from the Brutal Strike abilities that allow you to really change the battlefield. You're no longer just a bonk, 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 bonk kind of guy.
correct.
Now you are bonking people and then doing something to that individual as well. So
Yeah.
you're putting an effect on the battlefield to help yourself and your allies.
It's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
So as you can tell here, we have rankings. Maybe we should have said this before, but we're going to be ranking every single class,
Yes.
1 through 12. This is our opinions. This is how we like them in the 2024 range.
Get in the
But-
comments if you disagree.
But we're going to be pretty crucial on them. And then as well, beside it, you'll see where our tier ranking tier ranking is for that class. So on 1 to 12, where do you put the Barbarian?
Ooh, my Barbarian is number 5.
That's funny. My Barbarian is number 5.
Really? Heck yes. That is so funny. I'm
Starting
sure
up,
this is probably going to be the only time we
Yeah.
Well,
and it's
I don't
funny enough,
know.
we purposely did not talk about this
Yeah.
prior,
yeah,
so that way this was all a surprise. But that's super funny.
yeah.
Okay.
I like that. So maybe the last time we'll agree. There might be
The first
one
and the
other
last.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's the Barbarian.
it is.
So we're going to work down next on our list. We're just going to work on alphabetical, just
Yep.
work our way through the player's handbook. So that takes us to Bard. Do you want to start us off on Bard, sir?
Bard. Okay. I'm going to start off with a ranking. That way we can put it up here as we talk.
yeah, sure.
My ranking for Bard is going to be a number 6. I think it is a wildly useful class that is so very impactful in and out of the battlefield. Not only are you going to be able to damage, your damage isn't going to be the best of all the classes and spellcasters, but your utility is going to be far and above anybody else.
True.
Not only can you be a skill monkey in just the amount of proficiencies and expertise, as well as jack of all trades that you gain, but then your spell list in general is very versatile. So I love the Bard. I think there's room for one in every single party. That's why I put it as my 6 in the ranking. Do you want my tier now or later?
You can go ahead and give it now. That's
Okay.
fine.
Tier for the Bard, it's an A.
Hey, okay.
I do think it is just such a useful character to have.
I do
to
agree.
play and have in a party.
So I have Bard, and this was the one thing I told you when we were doing this, was I was struggling to rate the Bard. I have the Bard at number 8. Now, I think there's room for that bard to be anywhere from 5 to 9.
Mm.
And there's a couple reasons I have for that. I do agree 100%. The bard's utility is second to none in the game overall because of bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
There's no other feature in the game that is similar to that.
No kidding.
That offers such a beautiful, memorable, funny moments that happen at the table, life-saving moments, crazy roll moments. Like, nothing else adds to the game quite like that does.
Yeah.
That being said, because we're going over the class list, your gripe about the barbarian, I have the same gripe about bards. From a class feature, I don't feel like they start to really get into a stride until level 10.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Level 10 is when they get the ability to pull spells from all spell lists when they
Magical
level
secrets.
up.
Yeah.
Before then, it feels like it's a very reliant just pretty much on the key components of a bard, which there's nothing wrong with that. But because we're talking about the overall class here, I just feel like there's more to be desired.
Yeah.
And for that, I put it in the B tier. And it could be B to B plus. Like, if we're talking from an overall standpoint, yes, the bard is very good, very useful. I would love to have one in every single one at my party.
Mhm.
Give me 2. They're just fun. They're just fun to play with, you know.
That's a good idea.
I just think there's a little bit more to like be desired in there.
Yeah. Honestly, this one tore me because I almost wanted to push it a little bit further down to almost a B tier, but I did stick with A because I just think it's so useful, but I could not see myself playing it.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
And that's I'm in that zone. You know, this is one of those ones that I think one of the few here that I think are a swing class for me.
Yeah. Wait, a bard's a swinger?
Yeah. I think we all do that. Yeah. It's just not quite there. There's just something missing for me personally.
Yeah. No, I think you hit it on the head again.
So we've got
next one, cleric.
Cleric.
Where do you rank with cleric?
I've got cleric at number 6.
Okay.
I'm breaking the mold on this one is broken a little bit because the spells in 2024. I think it's very important.
Yeah.
They're so much stronger.
Healing is game changing.
Some would say 2 times as strong.
Yeah, literally.
And with that being said, I think the changes to the class are great.
Yeah.
The ability to, I like the changes to Divine Intervention. I think it's more cut and clear. I think it'll be way more useful and people will do it more because it's not quite a throw up, like a word vomit to just try to make something happen. There's a little bit more structured options here.
Yeah.
And I think that it'll be more impactful in the game. And I think that's important because before it was such a, obviously just a small chance to do it.
It was a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
100%.
And very often it was a very hard thing to DM in the moment if it happened.
Yeah.
You roll a 3, you're level 5, and you ask for the god to come down and fist punch this lich, you know, whatever it may be. You're like, okay, as a DM, what do I do here?
Yeah.
This god punches 14 D20 damage. Where do I balance this at?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
think that's tough.
you're speaking from experience, being as how I distinctly remember in a campaign that we played, our cleric did this at least twice.
Yes.
I think a bare minimum was twice.
He succeeded twice.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
The odds are so wildly stacked against you, especially because he did it
Phenomenal
really
roller.
low level and then again at a higher level. So
Twilight Domain Cleric, sweet.
yeah,
Go play one. But I do think that they feel stronger. I like the opportunities that clerics get from a battle standpoint. I think a lot of times you felt like you almost had to take the war domain in 2024 to feel confident to go up and hit stuff.
Yes.
Now I think you can still feel confident being a good healer and being a good fighter.
Yeah.
And so you still feel like I'm doing something.
Yeah,
Given the
absolutely.
changes to like magic weapon. Not magic weapon. What does Pizor cast all the time in our podcast? Spiritual
weapon.
Given the changes that's now a concentration spell, pulls that buddy cop feel back a little bit more. So at least it makes you feel like you can still. What's the word I'm looking for here? Your blessed strikes, the seer undead. Like I think there's a lot of things here that make you feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
So I've got the cleric at a B plus.
Really? Okay.
B plus to A. Like it's closer for me to Bard.
Yeah.
I could go A minus on that, but it's right at a B plus.
Yeah. For me, cleric sits at a solid number 4 for the classes. I just think clerics are so wildly powerful,
Yeah.
and I do really like the flexibility that the classes offer you with being able to dive either being a protector or a thaumaturge,
Yes.
where you can really focus in on the casting of clerical spells, or you can focus on being more of a frontliner, and that's for any of the subclasses. So you can really tailor that cleric to be exactly what you need for the party.
Yes.
And obviously healing gets crazy. So I think the cleric it was already a strong class and it just got so much stronger in 2024. So that's why I put it number 4. And I also put it as an S tier class.
With that, I forgot about the protector or the thaumaturge.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes. Changing minds.
yeah, I'm going to upgrade. I'm definitely going to upgrade that to an A-.
Yeah.
For sure. I think there's just a little. I think the class you could feel a little bit more outside of just the undead pull in the class features.
Yes.
I think you could add a little bit something else to
Yeah.
it to make it a little bit higher grade because it's very specific in the undead, and not every campaign is going to be undead to where that cleric's going to be able to use those abilities as much.
Yeah.
If your DM doesn't feel that need. So that's the only lackluster thing to me.
No,
Obviously,
I get that.
spellcasting.
Yeah.
We've been able to experience it. When you have like a cleric pop a 3rd level like cure wounds and it's 68.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Plus their modifier.
Oh
yeah.
boy, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a good one. Well, there's our cleric. Up next is the druid.
The druid. This is gonna be my hottest take of the evening of this entire video.
This is gonna be a good thing.
You ready for this one?
We're gonna be opposites.
Oh, probably.
You're gonna say 12.
Druid the 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roast his ass.
Don't. I mean, like, my issue with the druid is it doesn't feel so much different than the cleric. It has that same thaumaturge protector kind of vibe.
Warden.
Yeah, there's warden, and I
Yes.
can't remember the other one. But it follows the cleric so heavily that
Or does the cleric follow the druid?
I don't think so, because the druid should be different, in my opinion. Like, druids should be a wild-shaped class.
It's magician or warden.
Oh,
but
okay.
Yes.
So, like, I really think that druids should be so heavily focused on their wild shape.
Correct.
It's what makes the class the class.
Correct.
And they did buff them a little bit. Like, you do get temporary hit points based upon your druid level. And you get a bunch of other benefits that the wild shape previously didn't have, like being able to talk, goofy things like that. But I just feel like the wild shape should really be more impactful. Like, if I'm a druid, I want to be a bear the entire campaign until I have to walk into town. You know, like, there's just something about the wild shape. Stop looking at me like that. There's just something about the wild shape that they missed.
You complained about it, and then you proved your point, or like disproved your point by saying that they made it better in 2024.
They did. They did make it better, but I don't think they made it distinct enough to want me to play a druid over a cleric.
I think that is a ridiculous take.
I don't.
I think that the changes that they made to wild shape, and I've talked to you about this for years now.
Yes.
In the 2014 space, I've always talked about making a subclass that was specifically about wild shape.
Yeah.
And do I think this fixes all it needs? No. Do I think it's probably one of the hardest things to balance? Yes. In the grand scheme of things, like, you're just letting them turn into something else. How do you fix this?
Yeah.
Do I think it does a very good job at it? Yes. Offering the temporary hit points, offering what is it called, Primal Strike, or Elemental Fury.
Where you get the extra damage. To
Yeah,
your
so like,
strikes.
you not only does your spellcasting get stronger and your Primal Strike, you get the extra damage on strikes. Druids are the strongest spellcaster for a reason. The ability to prepare spells every single day, the
Clerics
ability
can do it.
the ability but the ability to get the access of spells that they have compared to the cleric spells is incredibly strong. They typically get all the best damaging spells they have at their disposal, as well as some of the best utility-based crowd control spells in the game. Now do you get potent spellcasting, so your cantrips getting a plus damage on it. You know, when you transform, your beast shape now offers you additional damage finally, which you never got before. I think the temporary hit points is a phenomenal fix to just getting the HP of what the creature was.
Yeah.
I think it was nice some points, but sometimes it kind of felt really bad.
I don't know. I just wish there was more staying power as the B shape. Like
I
wish
don't
the
I don't
temporary hit points
disagree with
was
that.
more. And like that's why I did rank it so low, because like it leaves me wanting so much
So
more
low
with
at the
Druid.
bottom.
Yeah, because it leaves me wanting so much more that I don't want to play it.
But I think you're so strong being a full caster and also being able to get up close
Yeah.
and do those things. I like the ability of how they changed the overall arc of Wild Shape too, like being a little bit more specific in nature compared to what it used to be.
Mhm.
Because what do you get 4 out the gate, and then like you can kind of study and learn and then like change them, or like you just have to spin with nature and then you change them because you're more pulling from the Fey now instead of like what old verbiage was. I had to see the creature in order to be able to do it.
You had to spend time with it.
This is a tough one because like how do I say that I saw this war horse? You know, like that kind of feels funky. But pulling from a Fey energy kind of makes sense. Wilderness push. But I think they did a very good job. I'm hurt a little bit because
I can tell.
Because they also made it very very easy for you to change spell slots into wild shape slots, and I think that's very nice because that allows you just to keep pumping those out too.
That is true.
So if you wanted to, you can do that. And if I remember correctly, there is a point here where you can get HP as your wild shape from that, if I'm not mistaken. Because I want to.
Wild Resurgence, maybe.
That's what allows you. So 5th level, you're allowed to gain that wild shape back if you have done once per long rest. So that's what I was talking about there. The Wild Companion, I think, is super cool too.
I do actually enjoy the Wild Companion.
Who doesn't like having another companion?
Yeah.
Know? Your DM's favorite.
Yeah, just summoning things.
Gosh, I don't want to.
I don't think you're going to change my mind from it being bottom of the list just because I would not play it, in my opinion, because I would just want more out of it. Unless there was a third-party subclass or even a homebrewed subclass that would make me want to be in the B shape at all times. Like I just want to be in combat, B shaping the whole time. Spells to the wayside.
That's fair.
would rather be like almost like I wish Druid was similar to Ranger in the half-caster abilities. Still have very nature-based spells, but then the entire point of a Druid is being a warrior of nature, not a spellcaster. Leave that for any of the other spellcasters.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I get it. I just. So I don't think I haven't said this yet. It'll be on screen by now. But I have Druid at number 3. And I have Druid at an A+ tier.
Mine's a D tier.
I think there is a little bit more that could be put into the Druid. I don't disagree that the wild shape is just not quite there. I think it's a very hard thing to balance. So, and you're right. They are the strongest spellcaster for a reason, given everything they have to offer.
Yeah.
Well, bygones be bygones, because that I think 12 is a hot take.
It is. I mean, I'll admit it right here and now. The class is wildly strong. Spellcasting, it's a full caster.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, you get the weird utility of just being able to B-shape into something like a rat, a spider, anything to sneak out. Eventually, you'll be able to fly.
If we're talking like utility like bards have, it's the same thing.
It is.
Being able to sneak in somewhere, being able to do something in that regard. At level 8, I think it is now, instead of 9, is when you can fly, so it's a little bit earlier. And I think that like swimming's not locked anymore like it used to be.
Not.
So you get that from the get-go.
Yeah. Again, like
I need you to contemplate this for the next 12 days.
I'll try, but my rankings, my tiers came from the class being distinct from the other classes. You know, if I'm going to choose a class to play, it's because that class is not going to
I'm going to hold you to that sentence if you're going to say that. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
No, it's great. It's great. We're having fun here.
Yeah.
No, really.
Enough with the Druid.
Yeah, let's take it.
I'll quit roasting the Druid.
Take it to the base.
To the fighter.
To the fighter.
Where does the fighter sit for you?
The fighter is at a solid 9 for me.
Solid 9, okay.
And a tier ranking of a C.
Yeah.
I think the fighter's strong. It's a great entry class to the game, and you need something basic for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anything special about it. In the grand scheme of things, from a normal class features, everything's super cut and clear. You get an extra attack here, extra attack there. It's not like it's not strong.
Yeah.
But everything is it's a very cookie cutter.
It is.
You know?
Yeah. I put the fighter at 11.
Okay.
And I also put that at a D tier.
Ooh.
So, again, I just don't think there's anything crazy special about him. they're good at what they do.
Yes.
They're great at what they do, but there's other classes that do the exact same thing with extra flavor, nature based, extra things outside of just smacking things with a weapon, go ranger. Or if you want to be an absolute tank and then still have the abilities of being a spellcaster, go paladin. If you just want to hit things harder, you go barbarian. Like, I don't think there's a real reason to go with fighter for me, unless there's a specific path that I want to take. Because I really do think the fighter is going to shine in its ability to take a bunch of feats. Because you do get more ability score increases in feats than any other class. So I think they're going to shine there because you can really flavor them through that, plus your subclass, finding magic item throughout the game. But again, like, I just don't think there's much special going on with the fighter to make it anything higher than 11.
Yeah, I mean, the one cool thing at level 9 is a tactical master, which you can replace the weapon property with a push, sap, or slow. It's just very basic. I mean, it's literally what I just said is one of the most complex things that they have.
Yeah.
I mean, you get studied attacks, but that's not until 13. So if we're really playing this on like a normal campaign style, I think the average campaign ends about that range in
13,
general.
14, yeah.
Yeah, so like you're really not even gonna be able to experience that. There's just nothing to write home about it. I mean, like I said, it has to be there. It needs to be there.
It does.
It needs to be there for that friend you finally pulled into the game. So something really easy to explain and fun. It's still fun to play because at the end of the day, you get to roll a lot of dice and you're probably hitting more often than not. So it's just fun to play, but nothing special.
Yeah.
So that's the fighter. Moves us right in to Mr. Logan's favorite class, the monk.
Really, you said it best right there. I mean, this is rank number 1, S tier class. I've loved monks back in 2014.
I'm going to upset you on this one.
I think one of the very first classes I ever played in a long-term campaign, I know for a fact, it was a monk. And worst of all, I picked the 4 elements monk in 2014. So it was really bad. And I loved it then.
It was a blast.
But now, oh man. The monk is just, the upgrades they gave to monk put them on par with any other martial melee class, but there's just so much fun aspects of the monk that draw me to it. Like, maybe it's just because I love like kung fu movies, martial arts, and everything in between that it makes the monk so cool. But there's also just something so incredible about being wildly powerful with nothing more than just your fists. When everybody else has to have spells and weapons, you're over there just punching people so powerfully that you're knocking them to the ground and stunning them, whatever you're doing. I don't know. Monks, S tier, number 1. Never going to change my mind on that one.
I have monks at number 2, S tier as well.
Yes. This is the one I thought we were going to agree on, honestly.
The list, it is just close. The other one I have is they could easily swap back and forth. The monk, you just gave a list a little bit ago talking about fighter.
Yeah.
For me, if you wanted to play any melee class, you just upgrade eventually till you hit monk. Because the amount of class, first off and foremost, the amount of class features you get from a monk are astronomical. When we did the video, I think I was like, holy cow, I counted them. And it was like 13 or 14 class features.
Yeah.
And I think I went back on like a druid or something and they only had like 7. It was almost 50% the class features.
Yeah.
So for one, the class features, you just get to feel that goodness of like every time you level up more often than not, just alone on class features, not including the subclass features. You include the subclass features, I think it was over 75% of the levels from 1 to 20, you're gaining something specific to monk.
Yep.
Are great. I love the changes to focus points over key points.
Yes.
I think it is not that it needed an upgrade, but I think it is a massive upgrade to the class. Your ability to just dance everywhere, be everywhere, do everything is sky high. I mean, with the focus points, you really are. Whatever that one class feature is, it just allows you to move all over.
So that is part of the Step of the Wind, where you can, I think you get a disengage as a bonus action, but if you spend a key point, you can disengage and dash at the same time. And those get better. Like Step of the Wind increases so much. So every single feature from the monk gets punched up from previous versions. And most importantly, obviously to me, is that this class feels so wildly unique compared to every other thing.
Yeah.
Even if you went with an unarmed striked fighter, you're going to do good damage, but you're never going to have the utility and just prowess on the battlefield that a monk has. The ability to dive in and out of combat, stay at the front of combat, and be a tank, even though you are a D8 class, it's crazy.
But at the end of the day, I mean, every aspect of the monk is up.
Yeah.
There's not really a weakness that I naturally to the monk itself.
The only weakness is the D8 hit points, and then still trying to be a frontline fighter.
But you get deflect blows. Like there's a
You do.
lot of options there that that
you
help
can
mitigate
dodge.
it naturally.
Yeah.
And like being able to dodge like what it has built in is crazy.
Yeah. Oh
So,
yeah.
I do think it is up there. It's phenomenal.
It's
It is
so
a great
good.
class.
Yeah.
I thought Monk was cool in 2014. Wasn't
Yeah.
really like my cup. After we've done this and I've actually got to really study that Monk, I really want to play one.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
we'll play Monk Brothers sometime.
Heck yes. That brings us into our next class, which is going to be the Paladin.
Ching.
Where do you rank your Paladin?
I have the Paladin at number 7.
Oh,
Hey, and
Yeah.
I've got it at a B plus.
we're so close.
Is it a B?
I'm 7 and a B. Like, I didn't do any pluses or minus. It was just flat for me
Yeah.
across. But yeah, rank 7, B tier.
I think it is a strong class. It is overall, it's very great. I think it's got pretty decent features. I mean, it's all focused, of course, around the aura and the
Mhm.
smite, which is very specific. No other class gets it, and I think that's phenomenal.
Yep.
Better than the fighter. The aura is a great utility that everybody loves, and it helps the party as a whole. Smite is what it is. You know, who doesn't like that? I love the opportunity that Smite can offer.
Yeah.
I do think there could be a little bit more something. Just personally, I just think there could be just a little bit more something specific, but that's why I've got it as low as it is. But I do think it is a much better class in general.
Yeah. You're definitely spot on with, I just think there's something slightly missing
Yeah.
from the Paladin to offset it and make me want to play it. And very well, we might find that in the subclasses. That little bit that we're missing from the base class, we might gain from.
And
the
maybe we should
subclass.
note we both love what Paladins do in 2024.
Yeah,
And that is the subclass is the capstone.
that is true.
So
yeah.
I didn't spark me till now, but we've both raved about that because
Yeah.
we think that is something that all of them should do. But and that is a great choice.
Yeah, I do think I love the fact that they're a very unique class.
Yeah.
They're the only ones that get smite. I think maybe the artificer gets access to some of the smites, not the actual smite itself,
Oh, right.
but things like Banishing Smite,
yeah.
Searing Smite. I do think one of the subclasses for Artificer gets that. I know it did in 2014. But at the end of the day, there's just something special about them that
Yes.
sets them apart than just your fighter. I would choose a Paladin over a fighter every day, clearly from the rankings.
Yeah. There's no reason not to,
Yeah.
ultimately. Just a little bit, I think it just adds a little bit more fun. But yeah, I think we're pretty agreeable on that.
Yeah. So close to being the exact same again.
Takes us to Ranger.
Hmm.
This is a tough one for me. I struggled with this. So please lead us off here.
I did too, because I do like the Ranger. This time around, I think it's a lot more well-rounded of a class and a lot less so pinholed into an exploration campaign that you almost have to be campaign dependent to be functional as a Ranger. Now you just feel functional regardless, and there's some features that are really going to set you apart from other classes. I would put this at a 9. And then the tier, probably a C. Because I do think there's room for improvement. Really, at the end of the day, I feel like I wish the Ranger had more spellcasting features, I think, to give it that little bit of a punch up from just a fighter, just similar to Paladin. Because you do get all these extra bonuses to your attacks that help you gain more damage than you would if you were just attacking. But once again, it just feels like the class is missing a little bit of special something.
We're very close again. I have Ranger at number 10. And that's not to knock it. I think It is a great build overall, and you can, with 2024's Ranger, I think you can truly feel like a master of the wilderness. Like you have mastered that. The features are, I think, much better than the old version. I have it. This is where it gets funky for me. I do have it as an A tier, and there's a couple reasons. I do think there are some things missing from it. That's why I have it so low. But I think as a whole, it is a very good class. Like, given the fact that you're able to pick your fighting style, and then what you gain with like roving, as you really like that the movement side. So that's a really big one. Being able to get your hunter's mark to where you don't have to concentrate on anymore. So like you could play a melee class if you wanted to. You could try to go that strength side or still be that dex, whatever. But like you could play the range, and you get that spell casting side. So again, it almost feels like a fighter elevated.
Yeah.
But it's just not, and I do agree, it's just not specific enough. I think that the class is done well as a whole, but there's just something that isn't pulling me to play it, and that's why I have it as low as I do.
Yeah. I think what really would have pushed the Ranger further is if there were more features based around Hunter's Mark.
Yeah,
Everybody knows that is the core of the class, right? If you're a Ranger, you're casting Hunter's Mark. I think they should have punched up Hunter's Mark or let a lot of your features do different things to Hunter's Mark more than just you don't have to concentrate on it anymore. Because you're the only class that gets access to this.
and not to be dead horse, but you could almost, could you have like a hunter's mark pool of some kind that would offer you something?
Yeah.
Many other classes have it, so it's not like you're just like copying one class,
Right. But if you could like spend a dice to be able to like punch up the Hunter's Mark, you knock somebody prone, entangle them, anything weird just to make Hunter's Mark feel more unique and more useful.
I like that.
If you got to concentrate on it, that's fine. But I just wish it did a little bit more damage.
Yep.
That'd be really cool. Is like you could spin the dice to either give it more damage or give some kind of condition. The poison condition would be so wild because obviously you're a hunter. I don't know.
I think that's great. I don't disagree.
Again, I think if they really pinhold on the feature that makes each class distinct, like they did with the monk, obviously they did great.
Yeah.
I just wish that they would take that one feature that every class is known for and just turn it up a little bit, and then so many of these classes would climb in that ranking.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, I'm full of them.
Takes us to the stealth man or woman, the rogue.
The rogue. This one I put as rank number 2. I feel like this is probably your rank number 1. This is just me guessing based off of our previous comments, and we've had conversations. The rogue is so good. Like, what I really like about the rogue is the what is it? Is it Cunning Strike? I think is the feature that now you get to add extra effects by taking away from your total damage from sneak attack. You can do things like poison people. It makes the rogue so much more useful in combat, and they already were. Their speed was insane. They can disengage as a bonus action. You can hide. If you have advantage, you're doing dumb amounts of damage. So the rogue is so great at what they do. They're incredibly unique to all the other classes. Ranger's really the only one that kind of starts to toe the line with getting some expertise.
I almost brought that up, yeah.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, the rogue's doing things that all the other classes are not. And I honestly think it is an absolute S tier class.
I have rogue at number 1.
I knew it, yeah.
And S+.
S+.
I think it is overall arcing. And like I said, this is close, but I think it beats out Monk. And that's because how specific they got with this. I think they did it so well without giving it too much. I think the Monk toes that line just a little bit.
So much.
It's towing the line compared to the other classes. That's why the only drawback for me. But the Rogue's ability. So in 2020 or 2014, you were potentially that character that you're that assassin. You popped damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's what you were known for, and that was it.
Yeah.
Like of course, you're the lock picking. I've got expertise in a couple of things, and I've got some good proficiencies, and I just do damage.
Yep.
Now, you're so good at what you do. Being able to use your sneak attack for other things and just like popping damage actually makes you useful outside of just like, well, if I miss this attack in the old days, you're like, well, shucks, like I did nothing.
Yeah.
Now being able to like potentially knock somebody prone, give somebody poison. I don't even remember what some of the other ones were off the top of my head now as I try to remember. Obscure them, knock them out. Like there's just so many cool effects. Daze them. Like you can be a menace on the battlefield, and I love that.
Yeah.
I love the ability that I don't have to just roll dice to do damage. I can thematically change something.
Yeah.
I think that helps the story. I think that helps make your character better, and I think that makes the rogue such a great choice. I just obviously, and again, it hits on the point of like Monk, focus points. Yes, we're gonna focus on it. Rogue, sneak attack damage, that sneak attack pool, whatever you want to call it here.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to focus on it and we're going to specialize it, and you're going to be the best at it. And nobody ever touches the rogues a whole over abilities besides the ranger getting those couple expertise kind of toes the line, which makes sense. I think that's perfectly fine.
Bard also gets expertise
Yeah.
plus jack of all trades, so they kind of help offset that skill monkey.
True.
But
I love it. I love it. I never looked forward to playing a rogue before.
Yeah.
And I am highly looking forward to playing a rogue
Yeah.
in this one.
You did kind of just give me a random idea about making the ranger better, and that would be if the damage dice for Hunter's Mark kept scaling up, and then you can spend some of those damage dice to impart very similar
Exactly. You just have
effects
a pool just like this.
Yeah. But I think they could again be more tailored to nature and ranger as opposed to rogue and stealth and subterfuge.
Right. I just think the rogue it's number one.
Yeah. No, I agree. Not quite agree, but number two.
Close enough.
Very close. That brings us to our very next one, the sorcerer. Where do you put the sorcerer in rankings and tiers?
I have the sorcerer at number 4. And it is a B tier to an B plus. It's right there.
Yeah.
I love innate sorcery. I think it finally makes the sorcerer feel like a heathen of arcane that just soothes from you.
Yeah.
Like it finally makes you feel like I am a sorcerer. Like I'm separate than the lock, than the wizard, than the druid, than the paladin.
Yeah.
Like I'm separate. Like I have this ability. The sorc points are pretty good. I like the feel in 2024. I think the use of being what you can do with your meta magic is still very strong. Some of the meta magic changes I'm not the biggest fan of, like the twin spell.
Twin spell, yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of that. I think that I understand it. It definitely probably makes it easier at the table.
It does.
It makes things more cut and clear, kind of like what we talked about with Divine Intervention. I just missed the ability to be able, that you'd be able to cast 2 spells that weren't normally.
Yes.
But I truly think this is the best overall spell casting class, and I could switch it with Druid. In this one, and Druid 3 and 4 definitely could go out. They could go back and forth for me.
Yeah.
My 1 and 2, my 3 and 4 are definitely vice versa.
Yeah. I put sorcerer number 3 for me. I also think it's an S tier class. When you were talking, and I almost had to drop that tier down because I do know that the sorcerer spell list and the amount of spells that you do get are very limited. To me, the sorcerer, the reason I do put them at an S tier is because they're so dang good at what they do.
Yes.
Like they are the best caster at whatever it is that sorcerer is the best at. If you are an enchanter kind of sorcerer, you subtle spell everything, and you are the most manipulative person in the world. It's atrocious the things you could do. If you want to go just straight like evocation sorcerer and just blast people to bits, you can do that like nobody's business, so much better than any other spellcaster.
Well, and with careful spell now that you can curve it around your allies based off of whatever your modifier is.
Yeah.
it's just like taking the wizard and upgrading it.
Exactly. So I love how unique they are in the amount of power that they really do get from their spells.
Yeah.
I do wish they had more spells, but I also get that they really are like they're savants at the end of the day. They're
Yeah.
so good at what they do because they were just born with it. And it makes so much sense that I love it. Like this is the spellcaster that I'm going to be playing.
Yeah, and I do agree that there is a little bit to be desired. Um, it is a tough one. You know, there is not very many class features overall in this. So we are being very specific that a lot of this is based off of just the overall arcing of how strong they've made the meta magic changes and allowing that with that innate sorcery that gets better over time. Like, it just is the best. What we've discovered in this 2024 world is the class features are definitely to probably be more desired on almost every spellcaster.
Yeah.
There's just not much there.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the features, and it very well might be innate sorcery, gives you advantage on all sorcerer spells, right?
It's the +1 to DC and then the
yeah,
advantage.
that's what I thought. Okay.
So, yeah, riddle me that. No other spellcaster can come close to that.
Yeah.
And I think that's at level 2, right? No,
Level
you get that
1.
level 1. So,
Yeah.
I mean, just being able to do Chromatic Orb, things where you're just like, you're doubling your chance for crits, first off. You're doubling your chance to hit, second off, which I've played it. That was my very first character I ever played was a sorcerer.
Yeah.
And I actually, in your first campaign, I played a sorcerer. It sucks when you just miss stuff, especially early level.
Yeah.
Because you don't have any bonus action stuff.
Yep.
And you just wasted your turn. I looked at you and smiled, basically is all I did. Being able to have advantage for a minute.
Yeah.
99.9% of combats don't last longer than a minute. Oh, what are we doing?
Yeah, it is genuinely like that is the absolute peak of spellcast right there. Just to be able to have advantage on all spell attacks if it's a sorcerer spell.
That's what pretty much puts it S tier.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So number 3 for me, S tier. It's a great class. Can't wait to play it.
I'm going to change my after we discuss that. This is the beautiful thing about this. I will go A tier. I do think that's very good.
Yeah.
I just think it's missing that there's just a little bit of they could make it a little bit more in the class.
Yeah.
Just more.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Which
could use some more features.
Yeah.
But we're also
that is the strongest feature. That is the strongest feature for a spellcaster.
Yeah. Straight out the gate too, level 1.
Yeah, you don't have to wait for it. You got it.
Yeah.
This will take us to our next spellcaster, the Warlock.
For me, the Warlock was pretty contentious because I do love a good lock.
Yeah.
But
it's a toughie.
It is. I ranked this one at 8.
Okay.
And then the reason I did put it down so low is also the same reason I put the tier lower. It's incredibly good at what it does. And I really do love it's Mystic Arcanum, I think that they call it, where you get the free spells at higher levels. Those are going to make you wildly powerful. And they're going to get away from how limited you are on spell slots you have. But my biggest thing is the key feature of a Warlock, aside from the invocations. Throw the invocations aside, we all know we're here for Eldritch Blast. Man alive, could they have done something more to the Eldritch Blast invocations? I think if they just punched them up or made Eldritch Blast continue to scale, like I get it, you can throw multiple at the same time, but just more flexibility with Eldritch Blast, leaning into that as that being the core class of the feature. Like, who the heck needs to cast any kind of spell at a slot level if you just have Eldritch Blast? That's where I think we should be, because that is the feature of the Warlock. So I really think they could have punched it up, which is why I did put it at the 8 tier, and I put it at a ranking of a C, because I think there's room for improvement, but it's also middle of the board a great spellcaster 2B.
This must be why this works, because I have Warlock at number 10, and it is a C tier.
Yeah.
And I have literally written down that this class feels like there needs to be more desired, because you're going to play this class basically for the invocations, ultimately. The problem I have with like Mystic Arcanum is like you still only get that one spell.
Yes.
And you get to it one time a day, correct? So it's no different than any other spellcaster.
No. So
it's nothing special.
Yeah.
Like you're hyping it up for what? The wizard, the sorcerer, they all get 6th, 7th, and 8th level spells and 9th level spells. There's no different.
Yeah.
And they get one spell slot. So I just don't get it.
Yeah.
It feels like a cop out. it just needs something from the class perspective. I look at it and I go, I don't really gain anything. Like I said, the Mystic Arcanums, there's nothing crazy.
There is a very large gap in obviously all the spellcaster features because you're focusing more on spells, less than class features. But for Warlock specifically, you get your magical cunning, then you get your subclass. Once you get past that, like level 9 is your next one, and that's Contact Patron. And I think that is a very weak class feature.
I think that is a ridiculous class feature, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
like
That
one,
is
you should
something-
probably get that earlier, being able to contact your patron whenever you want. But two, it's just such a weird, like, hey, we're putting very tight constraints on your patron relationship as a warlock, rules as written, and I think that's goofy. Like
That
I
is
think,
very interesting.
you
Yeah,
know, like
I didn't think about it in that way.
I really feel like most of the warlock is based off of the flavor and the interaction you get with your patron.
Yeah,
More so than a cleric with their god. The warlock with their patron, like that is the relationship that defines that character.
oh, absolutely.
More so than the relationship you're going to build with your.
Yeah, good, bad, or ugly. Who knows?
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, if it's an archfey that's friendly, whatever have you, you make some cool deal. But if it's a fiend,
Yeah.
and he's slowly working you and trying to convince you that what you're doing is good or working out, like that needs to happen
It does.
before level 9.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. Magical cunning is a great flip because
It
it only
is.
takes 1 minute to get the spell slots back instead of a short rest. So that is a
Right.
great choice. But that's it. That is literally it. I
Yeah.
mean, you play the Warlock for the invocations, which there are some really good invocations. There are some, you definitely get some cool free spells to cast on. That's where you can bump up the Eldritch Blast. But like, it's like everything else where you just get to change stuff too. It almost feels like there's just too many options in that regard. But there's just not enough for me.
Yeah. Wish there was just a little bit more.
Yeah.
And speaking of more,
We
got
have one
more class, and that is the wizard.
The Wizard.
Where'd you put the wizard?
Number 12.
Wow. I mean, I know you haven't said 12, so I shouldn't be surprised, but it's not like I was keeping track of your numbers. That kind of surprises me, honestly.
I have it at D+.
Really? Goodness gracious.
There is literally nothing special about the Wizard in 2024, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And
It's
I
the fighter
was-
of spellcasters.
I was playing one,
Yeah.
you know. You don't get anything other than you get one expertise, and you just learn to either use a spell slot, regain a spell slot, or just change out spells in my book. And none of that is really makes a difference in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Why could you not give the wizard something that would be a different feature than after a long rest you can change one spell.
Yeah.
After a short rest you can change one cantrip. Like whatever it may be. The 18th level feature I think is good.
I like it a lot.
It is a very cool feature.
Yeah.
18 though.
Who's getting there?
Yeah. And like we said when we talked about the wizard, the 20 feature is worse than the 18th feature in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
So, you do get the ability to copy in your spell book, which no other class gets, but that takes coordination between you and the dungeon master. That has to happen in game. You have to have the money and the funds for it.
Yep.
To be able to do it right. If you're doing it rules per written, the parameters for that are just really special, and sometimes that just doesn't get met.
Yeah.
If you're hoping that you're going to be able to be this book of spells and you just never get them, the DM forgets, you never quite get to them. Whatever happens, things get dragged on.
Yeah.
You're 20 sessions in and haven't even learned one more spell. Did you really get that feel?
No.
I just don't know. What did you have it at?
I wasn't that harsh on the wizard, but I wasn't nice to him either. They're rank 10, and they're also a D tier.
Okay,
So
so
we agree very closely on the
close.
D, and the fact that they are not the greatest spellcaster. Obviously, that is their core ability is spellcasting. That's what they're known for. But I just wish they did something unique with the spellcasting.
Exactly.
I don't know, like you're a master of the arcane and you understand it like nobody else. So I feel like you should be able to do something extra with those spells.
Yes.
Like man, I don't know what you could do with them. Sculpt them, change the damage type, anything. Like they're in
Yeah.
your book and it's scribed out. And maybe it's just the fantasy book enthusiast in me, but I'm reading a book right now where that's something they can do. Is like based on how they write the spell, changes the outcome. That makes so much sense to me.
Yeah.
Just being able to tweak something in the spell to do something different.
No, it's a great choice. I mean, being able to power up a spell a
Yeah.
certain amount of days. So like, yeah, you can.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, just be able to put one more damage dice,
Yeah.
2 more damage dice, and that like increases or something. It's just one thing,
Yeah.
That's a 5th level or a 6th level option, and then 11th, where like when you cast a spell, you can add 1 more damage dice
Mhm.
to that spell a certain number of times a day. Change the damage type, I think, is a great choice too.
Yeah.
Flavor Town, plus get around resistances a little bit, helps your understanding of spell knowledge.
Yeah.
Makes great sense.
Honestly, I think that would be really cool is if you could use your spell book as some kind of like bank of spells themselves. So you would basically pour your abilities into the spell book, and if you don't use them, they don't go away, they just store and they stack. So, if one day you have this amount of spells, you don't use all those ones, they can carry over into your next day, so where you can upcast things more. Anything. Or even your unused spell increases damage dice later on. It'd be very difficult to do, obviously,
Yeah.
managing day to day, and you're going to have some gamer out there that powers it and says, I haven't cast a first level spell for 20 days, and now I
Yeah.
have 20 spell slots. That's a flawed. I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm
just
just,
have a cap,
I'm just
but-
spitballing, right?
Yeah. It's just
There's got to be something else that Wizards could be doing, and they're just not.
Yeah.
So D, 100% tier for me. They got to be doing something more.
Well, love us, hate us. I don't think we were that bad, but let us know.
Druids are bad.
They're not. Put your ranking in the comments.
That's what I want to say.
Yeah, please. I would love to
Yes.
know what your rankings are.
Yeah.
Give your experiences of what classes you've played so far. A little snippet. We'd love to know where you're at on them.
Yeah.
What do you 1 through 12? Give us the tiers too.
Yeah.
You know.
And let me know how right I am on Druids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. If you haven't and you've enjoyed this video, we'd appreciate if you'd like it, subscribe to it, to us. Hit down in the descriptions if you're looking for some of our socials. If you want to support our channel here at Duels in Destiny, our Patreon link is down below. Buy us a cup of coffee. See all the stuff we have over there and join our community. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
We'd love for it to happen.
Absolutely. But with all that being said, we hope to see you Wednesdays for our one-on-one Dungeons and Dragons podcast, where we actually play a live action game. Currently, it's a Spelljammer homebrew campaign. Wednesdays at noon, or otherwise Saturdays at noon for the long rest and more episodes here. So thank you guys so much.
Thanks for tuning in.
We'll be seeing you.
See you.